But good news for movie fans and geeks. A PricewaterhouseCoopers study reveals that online digital content market in India is at $400 million and is poised to only grow from here. To find out what kind of opportunities Netflix can see in this space, my colleague Jude Sanith caught up with Reed Hastings, the CEO and co-founder of Netflix, and began by asking him about the possibility of regulations in India and what the scope of growth could look like. Here's an excerpt.
You know, many countries around the world have tight regulation on broadcast because it's pushed into everybody's home. Right. But on the internet, each customer gets to decide what they want to do on YouTube, on Netflix, on many other sites, on Hotstar. And so the customer's in control. And then we allow many parental controls. So you can block shows for your kids, so you can set maturity levels.
Absolutely.
No advertising on Netflix. So the government may eventually have concerns about the open internet, but Netflix is the least concerning of the internet.
Right. So you feel the government has no reason to perhaps interfere as far as this is concerned, over-the-top content?
Well, each government gets to make its own choices. It's not for me to decide. Right. But it's really about the internet and what's going to happen there. And then we're, a very safe, small part of the internet, because again, we don't have any advertising, we have parental controls. So really, the regulation is around, some of the dark corners of the internet.
Right. Reports have emerged in the last few weeks back in India that Netflix is currently considering lowering prices as far as subscription is concerned in India. For a long time, you were very happy with your prices. You didn't see the need for change. Was that decision, that consideration, rather a direct result and function of growing competition back home?
Netflix is so inexpensive. It's only 500 rupees a month.
That's $8, right?
It's 2 movie tickets, right?
Sure.
And that's for a whole month. So we're very happy with the pricing, and our Indian members are, we've got 3 tiers, 500, 650, and 800.
Right.
And the bottom tier is not the most successful. So there's no pricing issue.
So you are not reconsidering lowering prices at all?
No, what got announced is that we're testing in some other countries, not in India.
Not in India.
Some smaller plans. But really the focus is not so much on the pricing, it's on what's the content that you really want to see.
Right. And yet your competitors back in India have far less, tariffs in terms of...
Most of them are free.
Absolutely.
I mean, Hotstar is free, YouTube is free.
Sure.
So,
but even the paid models have much lesser. It's only 160 rupees, Amazon Prime $1,000 for an entire year. So are you happy then catering to a certain premium level in terms of viewership?
Well, we're more like movies. When you think about movies in India, it's usually 200 and 220 rupees. So we're those kinds of production values, and you can watch, 10, 20 movies in a month. So really, that's the focus, is to be more premium, no advertising in that way.
Right. Amazon Prime, of course, recently announced 2,000 crore investment, both in acquiring Bollywood titles and making original content of its own. And today, of course, you've announced this blitzkrieg of Indian titles, Netflix originals with your origins in India. Is the competition well and truly heating up? And what does this change, really, in the way that Netflix does business in India?
When you think about Hotstar, when you think about all of linear television, Amazon, it's great for creators. There's so many opportunities to be a young writer and get discovered now. So, and the success is not only in India, it's also with this content around the world.
All right, so that was the co-founder of Netflix, and saying that he's not going to reconsider or lower the prices in India. Of course, it's getting ever popular.